Hello and welcome everybody to this week's edition of Mountain Outhouse. I'm your host, Jamil Curry. This is the craziest to happen in running this week. This week's stories include the Hardrock lottery, update on the Arizona Trail FKTs, and ultra fashion at Reunion Island. Unless you've been living under a literal rock, you've probably been inundated with Facebook postings about every single person who's now entered in the Hardrock lottery. It's as if these people think posting on Facebook will give them another ticket in the coveted lottery. I don't blame them. I'd do almost anything I could that would get me another ticket as well. Almost 1,400 people have entered the lottery so far, which will only dish out 145 slots this year. That number is actually a reduction of 7 spots compared to the 2016 edition. Apparently, those extra 7 entrants adversely affected both the quality and management of the event. For the approximately 1,100 runners vying for those coveted 45 spots in the never started lottery, let me just say on behalf of everyone who has ever run Hardrock, I'm sorry. I wish I could increase your odds of getting in, or at least give you my spot in the race if I happen to get pulled. Best of luck to all of you on December 3rd. We live in an interesting time thanks to recent cheaters, where almost any achievement is now met with a skeptical eye. We even see this woven into popular industry news sources. According to the daily news section of the ultrarunnerpodcast.com, they write, "Meanwhile, social media claims that Michael Versteeg was successful in his FKT attempt on the Arizona Trail, covering the 800 miles in 15 days, 22 hours, 39 minutes. They didn't report that yes, indeed, Versteeg set the record, but instead something as random as social media claims that he set the record. This leaves the burden of proof on the reader to investigate. Well, let me just be the first to say that yes, Michael Versteeg did set a new FKT on the Arizona Trail. And for live correspondence from the Mexico border, we now go to Jam Jam. Jam Jam. Jam Jam? Well, it appears our correspondent fell asleep on the job, so we just don't know what in the world's going on out there. In all seriousness, Versteeg did carry a spot tracker that was linked up to trackleaders.com and turned on his entire run. He did everything he could, including announcing his intention to set the FKT ahead of time, and encouraged people to come out to meet him along the way. He was transparent about his record attempt, and followed through with a kick-ass and inspiring effort. With recent swindlers like Robert Young on the Transcon run and Kaia Bertolini on the Appalachian Trail, thru hikers and record setters are under a lot of scrutiny these days. This is why I am baffled by unsupported AT and PCT record holder Heather Anderson, who is now currently going for a women's record on the Arizona Trail. She is reportedly carrying a GPS tracking device, but is not letting that information out publicly, and is only posting a few pictures here and there of her hike with little description on where she is. In this day and age, it is unfortunate but necessary to now have legitimate proof of your record. We hope if Heather does set a new AZT record, she will share her tracking information with the world. Shifting gears, we now have a weather report from our Wyoming correspondent, Merejune, who is braving the elements of Yellowstone National Park.
Hey Mountain Outpost, it's Merejune coming to you from Yellowstone National Park. Today the weather is very unmotivating. It's cold. I'm in really short shorts and I should probably be in pants. It's snowing and raining at the same time actually, but these beautiful hot springs geysers are quite warm. I'm not really looking forward to having to run the 6 miles back up to the car, but remember, run steep, get high. Back to you, Jamil.
In other record-setting news, Pete Kostelnick is actually legitimately on track to break the FKT on the Transcon run. We'll be covering this more next week as we see if he keeps up his 70-mile-per-day average. A new trend is emerging at the world's largest 100-mile race, which is taking place now on Reunion Island at the Diagonale Des Fous. Race leader Francois Dehane was seen crushing the competition midway through, wearing what I can only describe as a fisherman bucket hat. We'll see if this newest fashion piece pops up anywhere else this year, but all I can say is, I like. We'd like to thank this week's sponsor of the show, Miller Lite, who was also there to verify Versteeg's record at the finish line in Mexico.
It's fucking Miller time. Oh. It's Miller time.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. If you have crazy stories to share, tweet us at Mountain Outpost. Have a shitty week. Shit. Bullfrog's Paws. Brought to you by Bullfrog's Paws.
Back to the car, but it's very unmotivating. But remember, people, you gotta run high. No, start over.